Michelle. All right, guys, so I'm going to attempt to do a craft with you today. I had posted last week, and you guys really didn't, say much on the post, so I'm not sure if you didn't see it or you just didn't care. But anyway, I was going to show you how I did this on a piece of wood just by using a napkin. So this is actually a napkin on here, and then I've just distressed it to make it look even more aged. You can see there's like kind of some off of the little pieces missing and off the edge and so forth. And let me know if you like that. So, okay. All right, so we'll attempt to do that today. So I have another piece of wood here, which is painted, and I've sanded it smooth. So I've just picked up these napkins, and you can do any kind. This is a 2-ply napkin, so you have to peel them apart. But I'll try to do one that's similar to the one I did, so that it kind of looks similar to that. Maybe we'll give one of these away or give these away too. So we'll see. But I just use these napkins, and I use some Mod Podge, a brush, sanding paper, some wax. Gotta get used to the camera. And I just have some makeup wipes that just kind of, they're wet and they're just kind of helpful. So, okay. We just kind of want to, let me do it. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do it differently, and we'll give them both away. How about you guys like claim it while I make it kind of thing? You want to do that? So let's just see. We'll just do a rough little line. And we'll cut it. See how this goes here. You know what? Let's try a different one. Okay. So let's see if we can get this right. I've only done this a couple times, so I don't claim to be, you know, a big craft expert by any means, but I think it does turn out kind of neat. So I'll just kind of outline it so we know where to cut it. And then we'll peel it apart. So some napkins you get are 2-ply, 3-ply, whatever. I just try to get the 2-ply. It seems to be a little bit easier. Okay, and you still have all this left. So if you have like pieces of wood or frames or something that you want to, you can cut out little pieces to or whatever and do this too. It's real simple. I can't do, like I have to be real careful with it because you do have to let it dry, which we don't have time for that today, but I'll use my heat gun to try to help a little bit, but I've let this one lay here now for like, I don't know, almost a week. And it's, I haven't really sanded or anything, but it feels a little rough, but it just feels like, you know, like it's just an old photo or something. It's kind of neat, really. Okay, so it's the best I got it right now. So we'll go with that. So let's peel them apart. And sometimes that can be one of the most challenging things, is just getting it to come apart. But once you get it started, it's usually pretty easy. And I just picked these up at like, I don't know, one of the little, I think it was the Christmas tree shop or something like that, one of the stores. Should have cut this out and got it started before I got on here. But you just try to get a hold of it and pull it apart. This is why I hate doing crafts live right here. You guys. course, when you go live, it's like live TV, right? It don't ever go right. Okay, well. And I got my nails all cut off, so that didn't help. Ugh. Some people can do this and just peel them right apart and not have any problem. Let's see. Sorry guys. If you're just joining us, I drew for the Christmas sign, the Merry Christmas sign. Michelle Goldsmith is the winner of that. And I am struggling today, so we might not do this craft after all. I'm so embarrassed. Sorry guys, I can't get it apart today. The one I did came apart pretty easy, but this is just not working for me today. That's frustrating. Mike, you want to try? Peel one of these apart for me. Anyway, guys, down in the comments is the link to our Etsy shop. And there is a coupon code down there for 15% off. Not coming. Of course it won't. I'm live. I should have did it before I got on here. Okay, well. Alright guys, well, sorry. I'm not having much luck with it today. You usually can just get these corners to come apart and just peel right off, but not for me today. Can you get it? Let's hold our breath. Okay, I think you got it. Thank you. Okay, so you guys see this? You can just get the corner once you get it started, and then you just peel this away carefully so that you only get the one layer. Okay, you see that? And then you just pull it apart. And this is just decoupaging, I guess. This is what this is. I never really did a lot of it. I'm sure some of you have probably done it. I've done it with paper. The napkin is the first time I've ever tried it with the napkin. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just cut this out to try to fit over the top of my wood. Okay. Just kind of do a square and then we'll cut it. And I've done one of these, I did a patriotic one before, but I don't know if I ever showed it to you guys on here. I did a patriotic one too, and it was kind of neat. Okay, so I just cut that out. And I don't worry too much about the edges because I'm just gonna kind of sand them off to make it look kind of rustic. Okay. And the decoupage, or the decoupage, the Mod Podge you can just pick up at like Walmart, Joann's, any of your craft stores. There's all different kinds of Mod Podge too. This one, mine says paper. Oh, I was gonna get some cling wrap too, I forgot. Okay, so I just have it rough edged. All right, so now you see how it fits kind of on there? So now I'm just gonna get my brush and my decoupage, or my Mod Podge. And we're just gonna brush it on there. Okay. We're just gonna brush it onto the wood. Sorry, I'm not really paying attention. I hope you guys are doing all right if you're asking me any questions. I haven't been on here in forever. I've been busy. My husband, they put him back on the COVID rotation, so he's off a week, on a week, that kind of thing. And yeah, so I just been busy with him being home. We've been cleaning out closets and all that kind of thing, which feels really good. Okay, so I got that on there, so I'm gonna lay this on here. To cover it. And lightly, the best thing to use, and I forgot to get some out of the drawer, is like your cling wrap to lay over top of it to smooth it out. And I just kind of brush it away, like brush it off to the edges. Okay. Smooth it down. Crease it along the edges. That way, when I go to, I'm gonna take my sander, my sandpaper, and just kind of, you can use your fingers and just rip it right off of there. But just go down with it. You can see that. See how it rips the edges off of there? So then just gently go down the edge and get that edge off. And we'll do it on this side. And if you take a little bit, like if you get too much off the edge or something like that, it's fine, because you want it to look old and vintage and kind of roughed up a little bit. You just take it along the edge like that. Okay, see how I've done that along those edges? So let's just do this side. Okay, one more side. This piece of wood just kind of has a raised beveled edge on it, so okay, so I got all the edges off. See that? So now I'm just gonna kind of lightly sand along those edges, just to kind of give it that antique-y kind of feel. And then I'm gonna go on top of it with more Mod Podge to kind of seal it in. Okay. I always like to kind of make sure I do the corners so that the corners look kind of distressed. just like that. And then I'm going to put another coat of Mod Podge on it. Just lightly coated. Don't push real hard because that's not really good and dry yet. So just gonna kind of, and this will dry clear. And it kind of wrinkles it up a little bit, makes it look really old. Okay. So then it looks like that. What do you guys think? Do you like that? So it just kind of looks real vintagey and old. So I have these two. So after this dries, I'm going to take my heat gun and dry it a little bit so that you can see, so I can show you. So then I take, I just have some wax. You can pick it up anywhere like Walmart or whatever, just in your craft stuff. And I have like an old thing of makeup wipes because they're a little bit wet. And then I use that to just kind of go over it. And it makes it dark looking so that it looks dark like this. Like it kind of looks like has that, what they call tea stained look, I guess. It's probably more ideal if you let it like dry, like you're supposed to. All right. So then I just take a makeup wipe and I just use the lid because I don't want a whole lot on there. Just a little bit at a time. Just a little bit of dab on there. And then I'll just go along the edges. Make sure you get into the grooves. Okay, and then it just kind of gives it a, I don't know if you guys can see that real well or not. Just kind of gives it, you see how white that is? And then kind of the difference. And you can put as much on there as you want. I mean, we can put it on there a little darker and see you guys. And you can just take this and wipe it so it's, if you get any excess on there, then you can just kind of wipe it off. So see, I just take this and I just rub it right along the edge. Get in the grooves so that it just makes it look old and dark, dingy. Kind of has a dingy feel to it. Hopefully you guys can see that. I just rub it right on there. And this makeup wipe, you know, it's not like real wet, but it is damp, so it kind of helps just kind of put that on there. And if you get too much, it's easy to just wipe it off with this. Now this particular piece of wood kind of has some rough edges, so it tears it up a little bit, tears up the makeup wipe a little bit, but. Okay, so we got our edges done. You can see that, and hopefully you can, I don't know. It's just kind of dingy looking. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit, take a wipe and then just do that over the top of this real lightly, just to kind of give it a little bit of dinginess to it. You don't want to rub real hard because it will tear if it's not good and dry. So then, oh, hopefully you can see that. See how it kind of looks dingy and dark and aged? And then this feels like, it just feels a little rough and it's a little wet. So then just leave this lay for a couple days and let it dry really good. And it'll kind of smooth out and dry, and it'll feel great and it'll look really cute. So I have this one, which was the other part of the napkin that I did the other day, and then I have this one.